Hey everybody, how's it going? So today I figured we'd take a look, see how the space is coming along. If you look up there, there's a street light up there, there's a street light up there, but there's no street light directly in front of the store. And there's also the scaffolding, which means there's very minimal lighting here, especially since the window is covered as well. So when you go in, it's completely pitch black, and this scares the piss out of me. I'm a little less scared about it now, but the last 2 days that I came here, and it was totally pitch black, I'll be honest with you, I had to turn the light on my bike and have it pointing in before I walked in because it's just scary. It's this huge room that, I think without the back office, this is about 1,900 square feet, or about 1,950 square feet, and it's just open space with an open ceiling, and it freaks me out. So there's that. Now, this is the electrical panel. I usually turn the lights on by flicking a switch up here, but now it looks to be like down here somewhere. Shit, which one is the lights for the rest of it? Is it this? No? Is it you? All right, so I think that we may be closer to 200 amp electrical service. So that was one of the things I asked for. If you caught my stream today, you would have seen that the electricity turned off not once, but twice. While David was soldering, I was soldering, Paul was eating lunch. So it wasn't even we were all working, it's just the electrical where I am now is just not made for what we do. So this is going to be 200 amp electrical service. I think what I have right now is 50 or 60 amp, which is a total joke. But this is going to be much better. A couple of things I wanted to clear up. The first is some people thought I was blaming the contractor that I hired for the wires being there the first day, that they didn't immediately tear it down. I wasn't expecting the contractor to do that immediately. What I was saying when I was talking about the cultural differences when it comes to, let's say, you hire somebody to do your website and you say, I want this new page created, and they make it with a totally new font and they use some other logo, and they say you never specified to use the same font as the rest of the site or your logo. There's certain things that you think are implied and they're not. And this space is at a very good price, so just keep in mind I'm not complaining too hard here. But when I said, I'd like the front office to be removed so that we could use the front of the store, I was just kind of surprised when they said, okay, remove the office, and they gave me keys, and there was a bunch of electrical wiring just hanging out of the ceiling. That's just, again, it's New York City. Don't get it twisted. It's fucking New York City. So I expect there to be some bullshit. But again, usually much more than that. But it's just one of those little New York things. It's like, hey, can you get rid of the office? They literally, it looked like they took a box cutter and just ripped that cheap shit wall and just, removed, took those two walls, put them in a dumpster, and, that's it. We're done for today. So that was what I meant by that. I'm not blaming my contractor for it. I was just kind of surprised, but not really surprised, but kind of surprised that was what they thought I meant. Or maybe they thought I meant make it nice, but I had already signed the lease, so who gives a shit anymore? Who knows? But they are nice people. It's just, I'm just saying the stream of thought as it comes to me. Now, a lot of people have said that I should move that air conditioner onto the wall. What's the point of leaving that AC there if there's no office here anymore? Move that to the wall. And to be honest with you, that's something that I would do with an ideal budget. That's something I would do if I were overflowing in cash a little bit more than now. So right now, what's really important to me is doing the stuff that I cannot do later. And the floor and that type of stuff is far more important than this. This is going to cost a little bit more than I thought. And also, I think I had budgeted $70,000 or so, approximately there, to do the move in a very ghetto fashion. I posted the budget link below. You could see the ghetto version of the move, and then you could see the 5-star version of the move was somewhere in the 180 to 220K range, and that's neither of those amounts are available. I think I have about 30% of the ghetto version of the move achieved. So this is going to stay there. Some people have said, it's not that much. You wouldn't have to spend much to move that to the side wall. But dude, if I have to spend more than $100 to move that to the side wall, I'm not kidding, it's not worth it. Because whether the air is blowing this way versus this way, that's a luxury. That's a luxury. Being able to work on a floor that is flat, having proper desks for the workers, that type of stuff, that's a necessity. Having a front space that doesn't sound this echoey so that if the microphone is this far away, I sound like this, so it's annoying when customers talk, that, having the acoustic panels up here, that's a necessity. Which way the AC is pointing, I don't give a shit. Would I give a shit about that if I was working with, with a six-figure budget? Absolutely. But this is This is like me shoestringing it with the change I found on my couch kind of thing. So that can stay like that. I am totally fine with that staying like that for now. I can change that in 6 months or so. So, my current store, I was saying in an old video that I had a patio door on it for 6 months because I ran out of money while doing the build, and I didn't have the money to get one of those nice store doors. I just did it as is. And this place is obviously, I'm going to have more money available this time than I did last time, by far. But it's still that same general concept. It's just I'm doing it on a larger level. This is the budget to do it properly. This is what's available. And even though those two numbers are both much higher now, that ratio still exists. So I'm still thinking with the mindset I had about 7 or 8 years ago. Do the stuff that's absolutely necessary. Can customers hear you when they walk in without it being aggravating if 3 or 4 people are talking at once? Because this is the echo available in the place. And is the place comfortable for workers? Do you have desks for every single staff member that are stable and level, and do they have the tools? All that stuff is important, not that. So it looks like today what got done was the electrical service. Nice. That looks a little different than it did yesterday. And this looks like maybe a different panel was put in, maybe they just moved stuff around. But I'm guessing that I probably have 200 amp electrical service now, which is cool. This looks about the same as it did yesterday, so I don't think anything got done there. All that stuff up there looks pretty much the same as it did yesterday. Let's take a look through here. So it looks like there's about the same amount of Pepsi here today as there was the other day. Because I didn't measure it last time. So it looks like the Pepsi is going up to right where it says calories. And I think yesterday it was around the same area. Maybe it was over there. I want to see tomorrow if there's more or less consumption of the Pepsi, if any consumption of this Pepsi that is sitting here. I'm also curious if there's a correlation between the amount of work done and the amount of Pepsi done each day. I don't know if this is different from yesterday. I don't quite remember. So they demolished the junk that was along the wall. This used to be a print shop, so they had these large things that you could put prints in as storage. Like we have laptop shelves, they had print shelves. I don't know if that was there. I don't know what this is over here. I don't know what this is. Is this just, is this like them trying to level the floor? Or is this just a piece of demolished storage that was on the wall? I remember they said that they were going to remove the tile and put subfloor in, and some new subfloor, remove the tile, remove the crap, and then put a subfloor, and then put a hardwood floor on top of it. This looks like demolition. But this thing that's sitting between these two, I don't know. Maybe that's them working on the floor or something. I'm clueless. There's a bunch of comments that probably contractors or even just people that have been to Home Depot one more time more than me that are probably going to rage at the fact that I don't know what that's doing there, but oh well. I know PP Bus G3 Hot is 12.56 when the SMC's on and 12.23 when it's off. I don't know construction. So my office doesn't look like it's had anything new done to it. Pretty much looks the same as it did before. Maybe, I don't know if anybody can point out if there's any subtle differences, but it looks like the same thing that we had before. Yeah, let's see. So cool that I have a bathroom with a fan in it and a fire sprinkler. If you bomb the bathroom badly enough, the sprinkler will shoot at you. I don't know where this fan goes. I'm kind of curious. Does it go out the building? Does it get sucked? Does the smell just get sucked up into the wall over there and then stay there and then come back down when you turn it off? Kind of curious. I don't know how those things work. But looks like there's new piss in the urinal. Yo, how do you miss a urinal? Like, look at that. That's fresh. Oh, that is fresh. How do you miss a urinal? Oh my God. Someone said you should just get rid of the urinal. It's a waste of space in there. And I said, no, men need it so they don't piss in the... Oh, never mind. People are going to piss there anyway. Yeah, it looks like all that got done today was the electrical panel. You let me know if I'm missing something, but it looks like this is pretty much the exact same condition it was yesterday, but just electrical panel. Wonder if there's anything new in the basement here. I don't mean to visit here to micromanage. Some people were saying you sound like a nightmare client that expects all this stuff to get done immediately. I gave the guy his check 4 days ago. He got started 3 days ago, and I haven't bothered him since. I think I sent him one text message that said, would you mind if I showed up every now and then, maybe to do a recording or a live stream? And he goes, yeah, sure, why not, what the hell? And I haven't had time to do that during the day, and usually I wind up coming here late at night. But otherwise, I've taken a fairly hands-off approach. Mainly Paul is going to be the one that shows up to take a look at what they're doing, make sure it's done right. I mean, I can't tell the difference between demolition and installing a floor. So clearly I'm not the person that should be doing any sort of micromanaging of a contractor. That's all for Paul to do, because Paul knows his shit there very well, and I'm completely clueless. All right, so that's about it. Doesn't look like there's anything new here today to go over, just me rambling for 11 minutes. And I'll show up tomorrow, we'll see if there's anything different, and that's about it. So I will see you all in the next video. I am going to pick up my mail. I kind of don't want to pick up my mail because there's actually a bunch of mouse poop on it. This is the part that sucks. See, if you look really closely here, you can tell that there's a mouse that has been shitting in here for a really long time. And this is going to require a lot of cleaning before I put anything here. 'Cause I'm not going to have employees show up to a place that's covered in mouse shit. So this is going to have to, you can't have customers. Here, sit down over here, lean on the ledge, and it's covered in mouse shit. So it looks like I'm going to be having Oreo take a trip here for a few days, catch some. At least it makes me feel, you know what, one of the people at the store joked that the mouse that's been driving me nuts for a few days, perhaps he jumped into my bicycle and then followed his way here and then jumped out and started pooping here after I left. I wouldn't be surprised. Anyway, I'll see you all in the next video. Thanks for watching, and yeah, see you later.